Hey everyone, this is going to be more of a buyer beware video, and I really try not to knock specific manufacturers, but this is a Ford Focus. This is a 2016. It has the 2-liter direct injection engine, and it has the 6-speed manual auto hybrid setup. I believe it's a 6DS or DSG6 or something like that. Basically where they combined a manual 6-speed with almost an automatic clutch pack / valve body setup. Just not a very reliable setup. This is an elderly lady's car. She has 69,000 miles on it. She bought it new. Ford has replaced the clutch pack for that manual control twice on this car. It now has 69,000 miles. It's gone out a third time. In addition to that, it has had the thermostat go out on it. It had some overheating issues. The engine itself just does not sound as smooth as you would expect from a direct injection engine. And then now it's having issues with the purge solenoid. And once again, this is a direct injection engine, so it shouldn't be, having these problems. It should be a very clean, easy burning motor, and it's just not. Other issues with this car have been the interior. It's just the plastics are fading really bad. Some of the numbers off the radio and stuff, the buttons are fading really bad. Just really kind of disappointing workmanship. Everything under this thing is just super, super cheap. And I know the Focus is supposed to be an economy car, but just look right there. So the vent for the transmission, it's just a dump tube. It doesn't even attach to anything. It just hangs off right there. Everything under here is plastic. You have plastic up next to really hot engine parts. Ford uses these cheap kind of crappy push locks. They don't even feel like they seal really well. I mean, everything under this thing is just cheap. I've been in here once or twice now. Obviously, I replaced the thermostat on it. And whenever she started having problems with the transmission again, she wanted me to do the work on it, and I had to be honest with her. Hey, you're only getting 25, 30,000 miles at best out of these components. There's no way, if Ford can't make it last, there's no way I can make it last. And I'm not a hater on Fords. I've had 2 service trucks that are Fords. I've owned dozens of Ford vehicles over the years. Everything from Rangers to Ford Probes to you name it. At 450s, 550s, 150s, I probably owned at least a dozen Ford products. And once again, I understand the Focus is a economy car, but just be aware of these transmission issues, guys, because there's a lot of them out there. I've talked to a lot of guys, even the service tech, when we went in to try to get this one warranted. We tried to push it through Ford and say, hey, that you guys have been in this twice in the last 5 years. Is there any way you can help us take care of this very expensive repair for this lady? And it was no, and the service tech said he's probably done at least 80 of these on these Focuses. Be aware if you're buying these transmissions. It's a very gimmicky transmission, and they're kind of garbage. It's a shame because this car obviously is not raced. You can see she drives it to and from her doctor's appointments and to help take care of her family. And I mean, it's just a shame that it's had so many problems in a short lifespan. And I mean, it's not like it's an assault belt. You can look back, it's relatively rust-free. Back there, you can see everything's clean. Yes, there's pine needles under it because she parks under 3 pine trees. But I mean, even that, the thermostat way down there. So when I changed it, just because it's all plastic housing and everything, I ended up taking the manifold loose, pulling it back a couple inches just so we could get in there, make sure we could get everything off without breaking it. But once again, just really, really disappointing. The splash pan that's under these is basically garbage. It's a very thin plastic, and it's barely held on with just a couple little screws that are really, really thin. I mean, just super cheap quality. Even the hood release, most hood releases are in the center. This one has this super flimsy, little plastic setup. And yeah, once you know where it is easy to use. But I mean, how many mechanics are looking for it, in the middle? just silly things like that. And once again, like, I'm not against plastic on engines, but the plastic they use is just super, super thin, and putting the battery way up there and just getting the battery out for replacement is a pain in the butt, just because you have to take everything out. I actually took the airbox out just to give me more room, just to change out the battery on it when the battery went dead last winter. Once again, guys, I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just trying to make people aware. All vehicles have their problems, but I've seen a lot of these Focuses selling for $5,000-$6,000 with low mileage. A lot of people buy them up for their daughters or sons getting ready to go off to college or high school. Be cautious. I'm not saying avoid them altogether, but I am saying that you need to be aware that they do have transmission issues, they do have thermostat issues, and a lot of times they do have purge solenoid issues, because it is a common issue. And the purge solenoid for the evap is right down there. Fortunately, it's not too hard to change out, but I mean, I've seen other manufacturers last, 200,000 miles, not 70,000 miles and 5 years old, 6 years old now. So it is what it is. I hope this helps you guys make an informed decision. Like I said, don't avoid them altogether. Just be aware, especially if they have that manual auto hybrid weird setup that Ford did. Be cautious. Make sure you do your homework, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As always, guys, be safe. Gonna have a lot more content coming all the way.